Happy New Year! I love these glasses because they don't have the specific year on these, so I can wear them year to year. I bought these last year. You wouldn't have known that, but I told you, now you know that. Also would like to apologize. My dryer is going off in the background. I live in a state of perpetual laundry in this house, especially in the winter. There's a lot of layers. So now that we are approaching the new year, if all goes to plan, this should be going up on New Year's Eve. I thought it was a good time to look back at my resolutions from last year. So I went to my video about my 2025 New Year's resolutions and I took a few notes on what I wanted to accomplish this year. I'm pretty happy with what I accomplished this year. Let's talk about it. The first thing that I talked about in the video was my weight loss goal. And I was surprised that I was as optimistic as I was at the beginning of the year because my weight loss goal was to hit 170 pounds. And if you weren't around on my channel this year, the first half of 2025 was not great. I was stuck at 200 pounds for forever, it felt like. I kept bouncing between 200 and 210 for months and months and months. And then suddenly in June, I started tracking my calories. I got it together. And I'm happy to say that if all goes according to plan, I will be hitting 170 by the beginning of 2026, which is exactly where I wanted to be at the beginning of last year. I need to take these glasses off. This is distracting. Also, I made an eye appointment, so I will be getting glasses soon, but I probably won't be wearing them in videos very often because of the glare. But I cannot see myself at all in my viewfinder right here. It is a blur. I only know that I am in frame. Don't know if I ever talked about it in my 2025 video, but I think I didn't because I didn't take any notes on it. My goal was to go to the doctor, make a doctor's appointment. That never happened, but I did make an eye appointment, and that is because they allowed me to make the appointment online instead of calling. More places need to just let me do things online. So in my 2025 resolutions video, I talked about how I was planning to get to 170. These were kind of like mini goals that were going to help me with the big goal. First thing is I wanted to work out 5 days a week and just start regularly working out. And I would say this entire year, I've done really good with exercise. Most weeks I think I average about 5 workouts a week. And there was a minute there in October that I was working out every single day. I think I missed like 2 or 3 days that entire month. So I started implementing rest days in a little bit more after that. And then I started seeing a little bit more success after that. I may have overdid it. I found quite a love for exercise this year, and it makes me so happy because I'm feeling good, I'm feeling stronger, I'm working on my stamina a little bit more. It's still not great, cardio is not great, but I'm working on it. I said that I wanted to plan out all of my workouts at the beginning of the week. I think I did this a little bit at the beginning of the year, and then mid-year I kind of just went with the flow, and more towards the end of the year I started doing different challenges. So I did a Chloe Ting challenge, I did a Growing Ananas challenge, and then I started just kind of trying out some new YouTubers here and there. I wasn't planning as specifically as I was hoping to, but I don't think that matters so much. It was more so I needed to plan when I was going to work out, not what I was going to do. And so far, I mostly just plan to work out in the mornings, and if I have a rest day, I take a rest day. I don't know. It's not that complicated, honestly. I think I made it a lot more complicated at the beginning of the year than it really needed to be. Although at the same time, maybe that was helpful to me because it got me into the routine of working out. Now it's kind of just, it's just what I do. It's kind of just a habit almost. I'm not sure if it was this year or the year before. I was having such a hard time finding time to work out because my kids needed me so often, and things have gotten so much better with that situation in general, probably because they've just gotten older, but I've also included them in my exercise time. Like they have their own little set of little baby dumbbells. They like to dance with me. It's a lot more fun. And when they're not working out with me, they know this is part of the routine. Mom works out in the mornings. I can either sit in the room with her, I can join her, or I can go and play independently. And they just know that now. Just things got easier with that. And I think it's just because of the routine, and of course because they got older. My next goal for 2025 was to get up earlier, and I said 5 a.m. And I also said that I didn't care if I just laid in bed and scrolled on my phone. I wanted to be up by 5 a.m. And I don't think this happened a single time this entire year. And at some point this year, I stopped feeling guilty about it. For some reason, getting up early was something that I really strived for at the beginning of the year. Like, it's what I wanted to be a 5 a.m. girl. And I get up at like 6 or 6:30. It's not even that different. I feel like if I were to naturally wake up, like my kids are not waking me up, I have no plans, no alarms, I would wake up at 7 o'clock. And that's really not that bad. I can still get things done with the time that I have. So I've decided to not feel guilty about getting the sleep that I can. And I wish that I would have allowed that a lot sooner, because sleep is very important for your health, for your weight loss journey. Once I started getting regular sleep, I think I started seeing more results. There are many reasons why I saw more results, but I think sleep definitely helped. Next goal for 2025 was to add variety into my workouts, and this was in hopes of keeping working out more fun. And I definitely had quite a variety in my exercise. I'm starting to watch different YouTube channels now, but throughout the entire year, I did a little bit of Ring Fit, maybe? I don't think I've touched that game in a while, actually. I want to play that. I keep saying that, but I'd have to set it up. I love doing dance workouts. I love doing different strength workouts. I like finding different strength workouts that are specific. So like specifically arms, biceps. This morning I did a bicep tricep workout. When I'm doing lower body, am I just doing legs, or are we going to do glutes, or what are we working on? Like, I like finding just like different areas within even just strength. Different videos on Pilates have been fun, and I'm still not 100% sure what Pilates really is compared to other. It's like using your body weight, but sometimes they add in light weights, and it seems like it's more time under tension. One of these days I will Google what is Pilates, what's the definition of Pilates. I do enjoy Pilates, and I find it pretty challenging, actually. I've also done some different challenges, like I mentioned Chloe Ting, Growing Bananas. I tried out Grow with Joe, and I really enjoy her workouts, and they're very different from any other workout that I've done, the walking workout. So I believe I added a good amount of variety within my workouts, and I think that I'm having fun with my workouts because it's something that I enjoy doing every single day. Oh, I didn't even talk about, I did some treadmill stuff. So like walking, I attempted to do running, and it didn't work out. I think running is my fall activity. In the autumn time, I, for some reason, always find my way into running and thinking that I'm going to do a 5K. I don't know if I ever will, because running's not my thing. I also said that I wanted to keep accountability by tracking everything in my Fitbit, and I have done that for the most part. Every once in a while, I forget to go on here and tap my workout and record it, but mostly I record them because I love seeing all the little stats in there. And I like looking at the calendar and seeing all of the different days that I actually did get a workout in, and just comparing it to how many rest days that I got. That is how I realized in October that I needed to chill out and take some rest days. For 2025 goals, my nutrition. I wanted to get more protein in, and I also wanted to focus on more whole foods. I don't believe I made any super specific goals within nutrition because I was really fighting against counting calories with everything I had. And finally in June, that's when I started counting calories, and what a surprise, I started seeing results, and I honestly just started eating better after that. After like just knowing what you're eating and more about it, naturally I started moving towards the healthier options. But I also learned that I can't just eat the healthy stuff. Sometimes I need to allow in things that I'm eating just for enjoyment, not for the protein. Because as soon as I started focusing on protein way too much, that is when I wouldn't touch foods that didn't have enough protein in them. And it was a problem because balance. Next goal was to do art 1 time a month. And unless you count me making my thumbnails, I did not do that. I don't think I could even show you a single thing that I actually finished this year. I don't think I did anything. The next one's about sleep. I said I wanted to be in bed at the same time every single night. Ideally, I wanted to be in bed by 9 p.m. and sleeping by 10 p.m. Once I started regularly exercising by 9 p.m., I was tired enough that I was ready to go to bed just naturally. I didn't even think about this goal, but I think I did it most nights. Although right now I'm kind of, things threw me off in December, okay? And I have been staying up until like 11, sometimes midnight, and I still wake up at about 6 to take care of the kids. I feel like I bounce back actually pretty well, but I need to get back to getting some good quality sleep. Next goal is kind of funny. It's a reading goal, and I wanted to read 5 books this year. I still have not finished Midnight Sun, which is a book that I've been working on for a year and a half now. So that goal didn't really and then my channel goals were to do 1 to 2 videos each week. And I think I did that. There may have been a week here or there where I had to take a break because I was just worn out or I was just really busy. But I think most weeks I did upload. And in December, I uploaded so many videos. I am very ready to take a little bit of a break in January. And by that, I mean, I have a lot of plans for videos in January, but I need to slow down a little bit. So sorry if that's a little more spaced out than I was originally planning, but I am tired. I need to focus on that sleep, I think. Now that we're leaving 2025 behind, looking back, I can say I accomplished a lot this year. Like most of the things that I wanted to do this year, I did. So let's talk about 2026 because I feel like I need to continue this. I am slightly nervous because every other time that I've had a super successful year, I feel like it's followed up by a not so successful year, at least in the weight loss department. I have not been able to maintain a weight loss for very long ever. So we need to lock in for this year, to continue to keep pushing. So here are my goals for 2026. And we will start with my weight loss goal because there is still weight to lose. I am hopefully going to be achieving my first weight loss goal. I have not done my final weigh-in for the year yet. This is slightly pre-recorded, but I will have a weigh-in at the first week of January and we'll see if I hit 170. But things are trending towards there. So I'm optimistic on this, or at least I will get close. But the weight loss goal for the end of 2026 is going to be 160, which is only 10 pounds compared to the 30-ish pounds that I was able to lose this year. And the reason that it is so much less is because my weight loss has slowed down quite a bit these past couple months. I'm losing anywhere between 1 to 3-ish pounds per month. So I decided to keep it very realistic. And I feel like realistically, 10 pounds in a year is probably what we're looking at. And here's how I'm gonna lose those 10 pounds. And in the back of my head, fingers crossed, a little bit more. I want to continue tracking my calories about 80% of the time. This is the balance that I've found has really worked well for my life because I fought against tracking calories for the longest time because I hate it. I absolutely hate tracking calories. It's awful. It's gotten a lot easier, I will say, but it's not something that I really enjoy doing. So I need to give myself a break, and usually about once a week, I take a day off. Sometimes I take a whole weekend off from tracking calories. And this doesn't mean that I'm going full cheat day. This means that I am eating as I regularly would throughout the week, but I'm just not tracking it on that day. I'm not weighing out all my foods. I'm just eating. But I'm still in the back of my head. I'm thinking about protein. I'm thinking about portion sizes. I just am not obsessing over it for a day or two a week. And that seems to have been working well for me, so I'm going to continue doing that. I know at some point I'm going to hit plateaus, and this is probably when I'm going to start reevaluating my calories and my protein and all of that. Throughout 2025, I stuck to around 1,500-ish calories, and I don't know how that's going to change in the future, if it's going to go up, if it's going to go down. In my head, I feel like it makes sense that it would go down, but also in my head, it makes sense that it would go up. I don't know, but I have not reached a legitimate plateau yet. There have been weeks where my weight loss has definitely slowed. I believe a plateau is when you don't see progress for like 2 months at all. So I haven't hit like a true plateau, but I do feel like this year it's going to happen. And that is when I'm going to have to reevaluate my calories. I'm going to have to educate myself on if I need to add more or less, all that fun stuff. I will deal with that when we get to it. Right now, things seem to be working just fine. I'm going to continue for a goal of 100 grams of protein. Sometimes I will get more. Sometimes I might get a little bit less, but 100 seems to be like the sweet spot for me. It's where I feel good. It's where I feel not like I need to snack on everything in the house. It's a good spot. And in 2026, I'm going to continue my fitness journey. Here are going to be my fitness goals. I want to continue working out 5 days a week. That seems like the sweet spot. 3 of those days are going to be on my more moderate workouts. So like the strength training, the dance workouts, those kinds of things. One of those days will probably be an active rest day, so like an incline walk on the treadmill for a little bit, a walk outside when the weather gets a little nicer, doing chores, going to playgrounds with my kids, stuff like that. And then 1 day a week, I want to dedicate to stretching. And I did mention this in my goals for 2025 video that I wanted a day for stretching. But I feel like I said that in the video and it just left my mind completely because I had no memory of making that a goal for myself. But I've been thinking more about it the past couple of days, couple of weeks, that I need to stretch or do yoga or something like that. Please leave any recommendations for YouTube videos that have good stretches, good yoga, this kind of category of workout. Leave those channels down below because I need some good ones that won't make me bored. I understand that for these workouts, you want to be all zen, you want to be calm, relaxed, which works for me for maybe about 10 minutes. And then I get bored, my mind starts wandering and I can't do it. So I need somebody kind of entertaining. I did put art goals on this list. And although I horribly failed last year to do any art goals, really, I kind of made it a little bit more simple, but also a little bit more complicated at the same time. I put in weekly sketchbook time. So once a week, I open my sketchbook, I do something. To accomplish this, I think I need to buy just a cute sketchbook and just keep it out and doodle in it every once in a while and just make that a habit. I also want to finish my art journal. I've been working on making a weight loss journal, art journal combo. And at some point I would like to put it together and use it and possibly make it available to everybody else. Maybe to sell on Etsy or something. I haven't fully gone through the details of it. I honestly wanted to be done with it by the new year, but I'm maybe only about halfway done with it. So I want to finish doing that. And we're gonna laugh here because yes, I did make a reading goal, even though this year I kind of just gave up on reading altogether. I still want to finish that Midnight Sun book because I am enjoying it. It's just for some reason, just picking up the book and starting reading, that is the hard part for me because I'm very go, go, go throughout my entire day. I want to get up with the kids, take care of them, do my workout, clean everything. I sit on the couch for maybe in total an hour at the end of the night. The rest of the day I'm on my feet and I just have a hard time just sitting and relaxing. That might be why I have a hard time with the art goal as well, but I need to sit and I just need to read my book. The other goal that I put down here was to start using audiobooks. I'm always listening to podcasts while I'm cleaning and doing stuff. I might as well just replace it with a book, honestly, and then I will get more books read throughout the year. I guess technically I did read, I'm seeing her face, Allison Stoner's book. I technically read that book because I listened to it. I listened to it as an audiobook. So I did read a book this year, kind of. And then goals for the channel. I still want to upload 1 to 2 times a week. I think I'm going to start moving more towards vlogs for the most part. I guess that's what I was doing for most of the year. And then in December, I was kind of testing it out if we would enjoy doing more of like these sit down videos or more videos just on specific workouts, a week of workouts, growing bananas workouts, those kinds of things. I tested that out in December, and I feel like for the most part what did well on my channel was actually the vlog. So I think I'm going to continue more towards the vlog side, and every once in a while I'll put out one of the special videos, the sit down videos, the videos on different YouTubers or challenges that I'm doing. I also put down that I want to get more organized, take more notes, use a calendar, have more ideas for my channel instead of just turning on the camera and being like, hey, which I have been making notes these past couple of videos to make things flow a little bit better, and it has made editing a lot easier. And also the calendar has been very helpful. I used that for December. I would not have gotten through December if I hadn't made some kind of a calendar. I put down what day I wanted to film something, what day I wanted to edit something, and what day it was meant to be uploaded. And then any other notes in between. And then I put down that I wanted to make more shorts. I kind of go on spurts of making shorts, and I feel like shorts are what bring people to my channel more than anything. I hate the wind. It keeps scaring me. And yes, the point is to grow my channel more and more. I don't have a specific number for where I want to be next year because it's so unpredictable on what the growth will be for my channel. There was a moment where I was gaining subscribers super quickly this year, and then there were months where I only got like 20 subscribers. So I have no clue how to gauge where I'll be next year, but the goal is to just grow a little bit. But that is what I have for my 2026 goals, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think that I can reach all of my goals for next year because this past year I did really good. So happy new year. If I decide to make a vision board, I will put it right here. But I made one last year and I looked at it in like January and then just never again. Maybe I'll pop up. This is the 2025 vision board. I have no clue what it looks like. I haven't seen it in months. But happy new year, and I will see you next time. Bye!